this was the subject of my doctoral work in theology in the University of Munich, where I looked at the historical credibility of Jesus' resurrection. And I have to say, I was stunned to discover that the majority of New Testament historians who have written on this subject today believe that after Jesus was crucified, his corpse was interred in a tomb by a man named Joseph of Arimathea, that thereafter his tomb was discovered empty on the first day of the week after his crucifixion by a group of female disciples. Thirdly, that thereafter various individuals and groups of people saw appearances of Jesus alive after his death. And fourth, that the original disciples suddenly and sincerely came to believe that God had raised Jesus from the dead, despite every predisposition to the contrary. Now, those facts are agreed upon by the wide majority of scholars who have written on the historical Jesus and on the fate of the historical Jesus. So the question is, well, what's the best explanation of those facts? And down through history, various counter-explanations have been offered than the resurrection, things like the conspiracy hypothesis, the apparent death hypothesis, the displaced body hypothesis, the hallucination hypothesis. And none of these has commended itself to contemporary scholarship as a good, plausible explanation of those four facts. And so I'm persuaded that the best explanation of those facts is the one that the original eyewitnesses gave, that God raised Jesus from the dead. And if that is a historical fact, what that means is that God has unequivocally and publicly confirmed the allegedly blasphemous claims for which Jesus of Nazareth was crucified, thereby showing that he was who he claimed to be. And that's why I'm a Christian rather than a Muslim or a Jew or just a deist, because of Jesus and the evidence for his resurrection.